In a professional world, it's really easy to get caught up in the pressure to perform. And when that happens, we tend to forget to take care of ourselves. So this can create an endless cycle where maybe all we do is work, and then that can result in burnout. So you might notice that you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, drained with all of the work that you're doing and all of the work that you have to get done. If you notice that you're in this cycle, you could be on your way to experiencing burnout. Now, before we can work to overcome burnout, we need to be able to recognize that it's even happening and notice some of the signs. Now, of course, this can be easier said than done, especially if you're used to being this, superhuman productivity machine who's always doing everything and always on the go. So today I'm going to teach you what some signs of burnout are. My name is Dr. Morgan Levy. I am an executive coach and a clinical psychologist. So let's start with some signs that you might notice physically. So you might notice that you're getting more headaches, stomach aches, you might have some muscle pain and strain. You might notice that you're having a hard time sleeping or that your eating habits have even changed. Overall, physically, you just feel different. You don't feel as energized and revitalized as you might have used to feel, and you might not feel as motivated. You might find in your mind that you're thinking about all of the things that you have to do. You're just constantly looking at your to-do list, checking things off and thinking about what's next. You're not necessarily able to just sit in the moment because you're always just thinking about what you have to do next. You're very easily distracted. You might find that you are noticing mistakes that you make throughout the day more and more. Maybe you're not making more mistakes, but you're noticing them more and you're thinking about them, and you might start feeling embarrassed that you're making mistakes. You might think that you're a failure. This is a huge sign of being on your way to burnout or even being burned out, is thinking that you've only achieved your success and your achievements due to luck and not because of skills or that you've actually earned it. And you might just always be thinking that you need to do more and more. Those are all signs that you're either burned out or on your way to becoming burned out. Now, one sign of burnout that you might not realize is a sign of burnout is procrastination. Because it's easier to procrastinate something and to avoid something than it is to try it and make a mistake. Because sometimes we avoid things if we don't think we're going to do it perfect, or we feel like we're just not good enough. And so it's easier to procrastinate and avoid and put it off for later because we don't want to face that failure, because that failure makes us feel really bad. A sign of burnout might be that you're just constantly striving, constantly moving forward. And it might feel good at first because it gets you that success, but it could get to the point where it feels like you're taking over your life and you always have to achieve the A+ every single time. And A- is never okay. You always need that A+. So you've might have done a great job managing your responsibilities and your drive has really served you well, but it could start to feel like it's taking a toll on you. And it might feel like you're putting on a performance, and you might not be able to remember the last time that you didn't have work on your mind. And you might not be able to remember the last time that you took time off of work or went on a vacation where you felt happy about it or refreshed. You might notice that you feel guilty when you take time off of work. So in summary, we have signs of burnout that can show up in our body, in our thoughts, in our behaviors, and in some ways that we might not ever realize it. So the good thing is you don't have to stay this way. Recognizing that you have some of these signs of burnout is the first step to even being able to make changes. Another good thing is you don't have to sacrifice your success or your achievements in order to not feel burned out. You can still have a meaningful, fulfilling life and still achieve success in the workplace. So please go ahead and email me and let me know any thoughts that are coming up for you as you're watching this. And stay tuned for some future content where I go over some practical and tangible tips to help overcome burnout. I hope this was helpful. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care.